is. Thank you for liking this post. We choose you out of the million fucking people that like
Hey,
that
bro,
thing.
I got a good chance of that is getting picked for Survivor.
That's true.
Bro,
Odds are in
I
your favor.
really hope I can get it on Survivor. Like, hashtag at Survivor right now. Tag them.
Hashtag at
Yeah,
CBS.
yeah, both of them. All three of them. All right? I need to get on there. I need to be live.
Right? Speaking of live, quiet on set. Welcome. We back to the Be Real, episode 15?
I don't know.
15.
Do we have to number them?
I mean,
Can we just
it
go
looks
about
good, but like I like
He
to
said
have it.
it looks
good.
I want to know
having
when we hit
structure to it.
1,000.
Like at least 100, the first hundo. But today's topic, patience. Big ups, patience.
Wait for it.
Before we get
Wait
into
for it.
Go.
Patience.
All
right.
Bet. So how's your day been, bro? How'd you start out today?
Oh my goodness. Early. Not even that early as compared to before quarantine when I was getting up at like 4:30 every day, 4:35 every day. But I had a client at 7:30 on Zoom. She's awesome. We had a good time talking and everything. It's actually, all right, I'm about to plug myself. This is the mayor's wife, bro. I trained the mayor's wife on Zoom. It used to be in
You heard it
person,
here
but-
first.
Yeah. But she wouldn't give me no scoops on Tesla and all this stuff. I was like, come on.
There's
I know.
fucking liabilities and all that, Be patient.
What does patience mean,
What is
bro?
patience?
What does patience mean?
The definition of patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting upset or angry.
Accept or tolerate delay
Yep.
without being upset or angry.
Right. So like a lot of it I feel is like timing, and it comes from self-restraint, like understanding your emotions and how you react to things. Like that's like one of the biggest parts of it.
What are your
Being
triggers?
patient.
What
Right.
makes you act up?
And having that trigger, and when you are triggered, understanding what that trigger is and how to like dial out of that. Because it's so easy to read a post where it's like, if you have this amount of money in your account, someone takes $10, like referring to the seconds or whatever. Like, why would you let someone,
Have
ruin the rest of your
unlimited
day
access.
after that 10 seconds? And like, it's like you read it, you're like, oh, that's true. Why would I let that do it? Then you do it, like you're in the situation, you're like, all right, well, that was 10 seconds, it's over. But then it just like, it lingers, like it sticks with you like a little bit. Like it just,
So actually, I read a post.
Latches
I read a post
on.
on Instagram the other day. It said 90 seconds. It said emotions will last in your system for like 90 seconds. Anything after that is choice. So if you're
Okay.
holding on to something, that's definitely on you.
Right.
Like that. Like digest it. Say what you have to say. Like never hold anything in.
nah.
One of my favorite quotes. I might actually have it right here in my wallet. 1 second.
All right.
Oh no, it fell out. About time. I had it in my wallet for like a year. But it was from Maya Angelou, and she said,
Some version of it. The
She
chopped.
said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. And that goes from multiple different realms, right? Like expressing your true self, letting your feelings out, telling a story, writing a script, writing a movie, a book, whatever. Like, there's no greater agony than holding on to something that you think is extremely powerful,
Right.
something that you just have to let out. Sometimes, man, like when you're talking, I don't know if it happens to you. I can't speak for anybody else.
Right.
But for me personally, if I'm extremely passionate about a subject, if I feel compelled, it's like I'm not even thinking of the words; they're just coming out. Like they're
just
just
flows
expressing.
because
Yeah.
it's just everything coming out as it should naturally. Like you don't have to filter. It's just
And to me, I think that's patience. That's kind of like catching into the flow.
Well, that's like-
I'm not forcing my goal, I'm not forcing my agenda or anything. I'm just speaking truthfully.
Right.
I'm just speaking honestly and openly. And
it's almost like patience released.
Mm-hmm.
Like all that build up is finally released out to the system.
you're
and it just
stacking all the
flows.
information, order it bit by bit, putting the pieces together, and then that puzzle's completed. You let out a
And it's just
masterpiece.
The freaking rainbow just coming out.
Yeah,
the mouth.
man. Like we've talked about it before.
always.
Art is so cool,
Always.
man. Like, and anything is an art form. Anything.
As people, we all we are art. Like in our uniqueness in ourselves, we are our own creation, and we can create ourselves to be what we want to be, forever.
Yep. And
You
then
know?
we help create other people.
Right.
We don't. Well, you can't
With
create
that
them,
influence, in a
but
sense.
we
yeah,
help
but
influence
you help
people.
them
Yeah, and
build
shape
themselves. Yeah, 100%.
especially younger children. They're so innocent, so moldable, so shapeable, and like they just want to please. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna copy whatever they see, and that's why I stress to people like if I'm training their kids, like I encourage you, please do some of the workouts with your kids. So
They see you
like,
do it.
yeah,
They know it's like the right
make
thing
sure
to
that they know that you're working out, that you're putting in the effort, and you're taking care of yourself because
do. Right.
we learn from our example, and I think that's where a lot of our food mistakes come into play. Like we have a terrible relationship with food. Like do people even know how to grow stuff? Like do people know how to do you know what food you're eating? What's real? What's not? What's a hybrid? What's natural? What's good for you? Like what should we be eating? That's one of my missions. Is like that's why I love nutrition. And I love food. So how can you have like the best tasting with the best quality, the best ingredients that's gonna help
Well,
you
that
get
just
to
opens up
your spot?
flexibility, you know. But before we get back on topic, quick plug. My program dropped on Monday.
Balling.
Hit and run. I'm really excited about it. I got good feedback first day. We also have the workout video log and just little content here and there on our be.lifestyle page on Facebook. So be sure to join that community. It's open to everybody. And we really just want to get that active and going, you know, just like having everybody there, sharing their thoughts, even if it's not really workout regarded, just in general. Like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Because we're posting content in there.
Yeah. It's
It's
a
that
lifestyle
together.
page, right? So it's
100%.
like it's talking about everything. Talking about anything that you want to talk about.
Right.
If you need to get something off your chest, if you want to have a conversation, if you have questions about anything, feel free to reach out. Like we're trying to build a community. We're trying to build a tribe that of like-minded individuals, people that want to get better, people that want to help and each other
Right.
and push each other and keep excelling. So let's live a healthy,
And we're
balanced
not in any
lifestyle.
rush for that because we're being patient.
Time.
You
What is
know,
time?
Time?
Yeah, I'm gonna quiz you.
Oh
What is
my
time,
God. I'm
bro?
gonna just, timing is everything, right? Everything involves around time, you know? It's like, but it's not to be rushed. It's not, it's like you need a measurement almost. Like, it's not like set in stone, like by this time, this has to be done. Like, there's deadlines and there's that, but like in regards to your own life and self growth, self control, there is no, you know, set time for things to get done. And like that's where the whole thing, trust the process, comes. Like that's all about patience. And we speak about it a lot here is about, you know, catching that flow and letting things flow and like express things as they come, whether that be emotions, feelings, opportunities, to like really embodying yourself and understanding that you can set a goal for yourself and that's like, you know, not the end all be all. It's all about getting there and being patient with what the work you put in. Make sure you do the right steps, do the little things right, and everything else will form itself. And you know, and like for me, patience in regards to like working out is always like one of the toughest like smacks in the face for me. Not in a bad way, but because like I
And
know
seeing
where I
results,
want to
or
be. Like I know where I want to be and I'm fucking hungry. Like I'm like, yeah, I want that. And then like almost to the point where like you start doing it, you have that hunger, you're getting after it, heavy, and you don't see the results because you want to just be quick. Like you're like, I want that, let's get it, and you're like, it's not happening right away, and then that's where the make or break point is. Like it deteriorates some, but it also helps you understand like I'm not going to be there right away. It's not logical. Like it's not. You know, it's not a plausible thing for me to get there right off the whiz or right off the jump. So I got to be patient in the matter and do all the little things right and take care of myself, and then it all, you know, is created. But patience can be in road rage, interacting with people, projects like work projects, relationships, whole nine.
for sure, for
What,
sure.
what does patience like? What does patience look like to you?
I think it's a process. Um, you just said something. It sparked a big idea, and then I just lost it.
It's repetition, man. It's all about controlling your emotions and your thoughts in that realm. In regards to, you know, and it's just how you manage that.
I'm gonna try to re-illustrate this. You said something. I've been explaining it kind of like this. So like, time is a man-made construct. It's an idea that we all agree to. It's a societal norm or whatever, right? Like,
Right.
okay, meet me at this time, blah blah blah, and it keeps everything running smooth on like the same agenda, which is very important. But without that, like, what is time? Past, present, future, like time. The best thing that you can do is be in the present, be in the present moment, making the best choices right here, making the most out of this moment, this interaction, this relationship right here, making the most out of this conversation. That's being present. And that can make the time go by quick, or it can make it go by slow.
Right.
Right? And time is distorted depending on what you're doing. nothing is supposed to happen in a set order necessarily. Like there's guidelines, but there's no timeline for it.
No.
Like you said, we can set goals, and once you get it, like that's cool. That's only one part of it. I think part of patience is the process, enjoying the process.
Yep.
Okay, so then we go back and I'm like, okay, if I plant a seed and this tomato plant pops up in 56 days and this one pops up in 60 days, like they were on their own schedule, but they both grew. Maybe the one that came later, maybe that one grew up faster and produced fruit first. It doesn't matter. Like everything's in its own time. And I think that's one of the biggest things I'm taking away from this quarantine, this slow, like halt, was just like looking at myself. Like, why am I rushing everything? Why do I want to grow up so fast? Why do I want to do this? Why do I want to get all these things accomplished?
Right.
The whole thing is falling in love with the process. Because the process is the fun part.
100%.
If you ever think about something that you've accomplished, something that you got good at, what did it take for you to get up there? It took practice, and it took you like putting in the time and discipline and effort and all the stuff that just added up over time, and then you got really good at it.
Right.
And that's the same with anything. So you have to feed it, you have to cultivate it, you have to take care of it.
create
And like
yourself.
and nothing goes like nothing is smooth, man. Relationships are so up and down. They're so hard, man. But like the thing is, like you're not in a rush. You just gotta be in the moment and just try to enjoy them. Just be true. Be authentic to yourself.
Right.
Like experience your emotions and know what you're feeling, and don't expect anything. Don't rush anything. Like let it happen. Let
Be
whatever
patient.
happen. Yeah.
Just take that time. Take those breaths and trust that what you're doing is going to lead you to where you want to be. You know, controlling your thoughts and emotions and creating that, you know, serene, true self. Like, very just, I'm here. I'm in the present. Like, this is my reality. Like, I'm not backtracking on my past. I'm not too hopeful for my future. Like, I'm not overthinking that. Like, I'm just here. And I'm taking the steps that I want to towards my future because I know that's going to create where I want to be. Patience. It's a wonderful thing.
You acknowledge how everything is woven together and how everything works. And so if you take care of the things that are closer to you, your life is going to get better.
Right.
And the more that you do that, the better it's going to go. Like, man.
And like I feel like too, like talking about pay, like it's a lot of petty things is what like triggers, you know, a lot of like that all of a sudden, like, why are you in the left lane if you're going 25 miles an hour? Like, why am I riding your ass and I'm going under the speed limit versus, you know, like shit like that. Like this.
But why are you upset?
Quick,
Maybe
right,
they're about
right.
to turn
Like,
left.
why
Maybe
they
they're
get mad
about to turn
that?
left
Like,
right now.
what
Maybe it's a
am I
grandma and
upset
she can't
about,
see
right?
the freaking road. Like,
It's like
you know what I
this-
mean?
And it's all about like how you handle that and like things that I do, I like breathing, meditation, headspace for sure. Like
In the
the
moment,
headspace.
though.
No,
In the
moment,
moment,
like when
you get heated. Like, what happens?
Right.
Like, as soon as shit
we're all
fires off,
people.
like,
We're all
how do you
human.
pull away?
You know, like it's hard to like be patient all the fucking time. Like there's moments that trigger. Like in the moment, obviously, like I'm very reactive. Like so there, I'm mad. But if I am in my state where I realize like I got no reason to be mad right now, that's when I do my breathing. Just like 3 deep breaths and just kind of just like, hey, we're good. I can go around this person. It's no big deal.
Did we talk about like how relationships get stronger last time?
I don't believe so.
So if we have like an argument or something, but then we're both like vulnerable, open, and like man enough to own our mistakes, to accept responsibility, and like apologize sincerely. Like anything that you do has got to be from the heart. It's got to be pure. It's got to be true. Like
Right.
you can't fake shit. You can feel when stuff is fake.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right. And so like
That's
if
internal.
we were both able to do that, like we got in a big fight. But okay, Plymouth, we got in a fight one time, and then we just like got over the shit, right? Like, yeah, it's probably not the best example, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
if you're having an argument and if you can't really see eye to eye, but then you
Right.
can talk it out, like once you like
Right.
either whatever you work it out with that person, that relationship is usually a little bit stronger. It's a little bit more
And that comes with
trustworthy. It's a little more-
communication, you know, because even if you still don't see eye to eye after the fact, after that argument or quarrel, whatever you want to call it, like you're still good. Like we're still boys. Like, hey, I get it. I understand your perspective. I respect it. Let's be cool.
Yeah,
You know,
so
it's all about repetition, and it's also about letting go of control. Like I feel like we just try to control so much, and like that aspect, just being able to say, hey, I can't control this. I'm gonna let things flow. Like this, I can't like do that necessarily. I can control what I can control, but I can't control what I can't. And we try to focus on too much what we can't control, and that just puts us in this weird spiral funk of
Yeah, because then you start creating alternate realities and different thoughts and all these different things.
All in
Man,
there.
oh my God, it finally clicked. Oh, okay, so I really,
struck oil.
really want to go on Survivor. Like, yo, CBS, holla at me, please. I'm waiting for that phone call. Like, we sent in our audition tapes, right? We want to go on Survivor. I'm trying to win $1 million. I'm trying to do a bunch of big things, all right? But, damn.
Okay, so struck oil. It was fake. It wasn't really oil.
Yeah, no,
We're
it was
going.
real. It was
going.
real. What was I talking about?
That well ran dry quick.
Wow.
Quick.
Hold up. Okay. So thought and attraction, the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it, the secret, this or that, it's your thought, right? So all this empty space around us, all these opportunities, all these things that haven't been done, like it's all opportunity. It's all there. So like you thinking and wishing and working towards something is only going to draw it that much closer. It's a magnet. Like so it's all, man. And it's a tough thing. Like, you know how many times you want to be like, oh, I'm ugly, or I'm terrible, I can't do this, or I'm stupid. Like, those are terrible thoughts.
It's a limiting
to have.
thought.
Yeah,
It's
man,
limiting.
those are so bad for you. You should be encouraging. You should be getting encouragement since a child. Like, since you were a kid, you should be getting encouragement and help and push and like motivation. But then you have to learn how to do that for yourself.
Right.
And then you learn how to do that for yourself, and then you start to do it for others as well, right? And it just kind of passes on because we should all believe in ourselves. Nobody is better than anybody else. Nobody's smarter than anybody else. We're all human. We all have our own gifts and abilities and our own personality. So embrace that. Embrace yourself and shine for the rest of the world. Like, bring your gift to the world. Bring your happiness, even if it's only for your small group. Like, do what makes you happy, and like,
and trust that, like, just know being who you are is what, like, you know, that's the best for you and that's the best for the world. Like, be your true, authentic self. Like, don't play games. Don't create somebody that you think is going to please this person there, but that's not really pleasing you, you know? Like, it's one thing to change yourself for yourself to be better for your perspective of yourself, but to change for somebody else, like, that's not being true to who you are at all, you know?
Always make a change for yourself. And that's the only time that you really ever do make a change is when you've had enough. When you're like fed up. When you're like,
right. I woke up one day. I just didn't want to feel this way anymore.
Yeah.
Huge, 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 and it's that understanding. And like, there's also ways to like, you know, condition your patience. Like whether that's meditating, breathing, movement in itself. Like that could be a great practice. Picking up hobbies. Like just, it's almost like conditioning the mind to be still.
I always feel so good after I exercise. Always. No matter what. If I was in a piss poor mood before, if I was like just tired or sluggish, like I feel so great after I move my body, after I push myself, after I really challenge myself and I get moving. It's a great feeling.
Right. It's a great practice.
Meditation and breathing. Those are interesting. Probably you might even say like Eastern philosophy, like Eastern wisdom. You know what I mean? So breathing, I'm in touch with that. Like I took yoga and stuff, and I love breathing. I appreciate it. Very thankful for my lungs, but meditation has been kind of difficult for me to like stick with consistently.
Right.
I'll try sometimes. It's very hard. But what I find is like that you can meditate while doing anything. Like I can meditate while walking through the woods. I can meditate while doing the dishes. I can meditate while cleaning. It's just meditation. I think is just taking that time to reflect. Take that time
I feel
to
like a lot of
quiet your
people
mind.
have the wrong perspective of it, thinking it means just shut everything down, but it's not.
I think it's
just internalize. It's about coming in here and just, hey, what's going on in here today,
great
guys?
focus.
You know,
like a great self-awareness focus. Yeah, for sure.
and then, you know, just weeding through your like, this thought's bad, throw it out. This thought's good. Let's stick that here for later. Let's see what that comes into. Like, you know, it's not about shutting your brain off completely. It's about just internalizing, like coming within, like cleaning out your car almost.
Cleaning out your okay. All right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Well, it's the same thing as like a lot of people would say, well, a clean workspace, a clean mind, like organized mind. But then there's other studies that say like people that are messy
Right.
know exactly where everything is, and they're actually
It's
smarter.
different ways,
Yeah,
you know.
everybody's so different. So find the way that works best for
'Cause
you,
everybody's mind works differently too,
and you process information
right?
differently. You learn
Auditory,
differently.
visually, like it's all different. But it's about understanding that for yourself and like, building that from that foundation.
Okay, so that's a very broad statement. So tell me what yours looks like. What being you? What is being you to you? Ooh, that's a damn great
Being
question.
me to
Yeah,
me,
being you. What does that mean to you?
Taylor Fruquan, Awad Taylor Condi.
Yes, sir.
I'm full of one-liners. A lot of movies, a lot of experience with AWATs. They love their Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell movies. But being me, it's very much knowing that I'm not perfect, and that I have things that I have to work on in every aspect of my life, whether it be fitness, relationships, both romantic and platonic. Um, getting a work schedule, stuff like that. Like I'm not perfect, and nor will I admit to be perfect. There's a lot of things that I have to work on, and a lot of things that, I'm forever growing to achieve. Like I have goals that I want to set out that I'm going to achieve one day. Like I have that picture, and I have a past that, you know, sometimes things just get dug up, and you're like, well, shit. But it's about understanding because like mental depression runs in my family. Like my mom suffered from severe depression. My uncle had it. I believe my granddad had it. So like it's occurring, but it's understanding that like that doesn't have to be me. Like just understanding where my thoughts are coming from and being able to process through. Like I said, throw the bad ones out and keep the good ones to bring back for later. So to be me is just understanding that I'm not perfect and understanding that there is more to life than, this perfect figure of like, oh, you're oh so great, this, that, the other. Like, it's not about that. It's about enjoying where I'm at, who I think I am, and, bringing out that in others and understanding others for their own, like, whatever they're going through. Like, not judging people, not being like, oh, you're fucking weird, I'm not going to talk to you. Just like, understand your story. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something they want to say. And
Caring to hear that story.
right.
I want to get to
And
know
then
you, so I
giving
want to
at
know
the
more.
same time to give my perspective or my insight. Maybe I can help this person there. So just understanding that I'm not perfect and that I'm still growing. Like, that it is a process of things. And like, I'm happy where I'm at. I just made a move all the way across country. And like, I'm happy with every step of the way. That drive, nerve wracking a bit, but it's like, this is it. This is right. This is what needs to be done. And if it's not, it's a learning experience. Like I'll come out here, I'll be a wash. Fuck it, I'll go do something else. Like, it's all about taking it as it comes. And like we talk about flowing, like a lot.
Learning from the mistakes and just
Right.
keeping it rolling.
And then rolling from the good. Like celebrate your highs. Don't focus on your lows.
Yeah, you mentioned that the other day at the apartment, and that was dope. You get so caught up in setting the next goal and setting the
Right.
next thing, but like, damn, if you ever need to pick me up, do a little flashback of your life. And think about all the bullshit you done been through. Think about all the crazy things that you've overcame. Think about all the great things that you've accomplished. Think about all the people that you've helped out along the way. Think about all the people that you've helped make smile. Think about all the random acts of kindness that you've done. You're a great person. Keep your head up.
Right.
And know that you are worthy and you're capable of more. All right? You deserve everything that you want. Now go out there and work for it.
Right. Got to work. It's not just going to show up. You got to put the work in. You got to put the time in. You got to clock in.
It's kind of weird. I don't know if I
You don't like
this.
you don't like seltzer
Nah, I
waters,
don't-
bro.
I
I
don't.
don't know why you were so pressed for it.
You got one. I wanted
Oh
one.
my
I feel like the
God,
little brother.
Jesus.
Yo, why didn't I get one? I used to get so mad at my little brother Nigel. Yeah, you. Every time I had something, you had to have it.
Shouts.
Bro, wait your 2 years. Wait your 2 years. I'm 2 years older, so wait until I got it. Then you can get it.
Be patient.
Yeah, be patient.
Be patient, Nigel.
I'm
Be
just
patient.
kidding. I love you, Nigel.
All love.
You're killing it.
But how?
so- huh?
Go ahead.
You said digging things from your past can get dug up and this and that. I think that's a big thing too. And I think that's why therapy helps a lot of people to be able to talk. And like you don't have to go to a therapist. A lot of people will go to the bar, talk to the bartender, or just talk to random other drunk people.
talking, speaking
But
your
you got to
thoughts.
remember again, who are you hanging around with? That's who you're going to be mostly like. Do you want to be sad at the bar, or do you want to be working productively and taking action, taking your life by the horns? But being able to express yourself, right? Being able to let stuff out, talk to other people and to think back and reflect and like let those memories come in, see them more vividly, probably face them head on. Like this is what
Always
I'm.
head on.
This is
Always
what I
head
was.
on.
This is what I was feeling. I was scared. This is what happened. This is how I remember it. This is the kind of support I got afterwards or whatever. Like you have to come to terms with that. You have to accept yourself. Like 10 out of 10 times when some stuff happens when you're a kid, and it can be a wide range of different things that could hurt you or throw off your life a little bit. You know what I mean? There can be several things. But if anything ever happens to you, damn, man, why keep spacing out
what are
today?
you good, bro? If anything ever happens to you, understand it's not the end of it all.
Yeah.
It's not it. There's more to it. So give us your summed up Everett Moy definition of patience. Right now.
Give me a second.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to plug out my boys out on the East Coast. They just dropped their first podcast on SoundCloud. It's called Top 5. Top 5. But really what they embody in it is they have a group chat with all their boys in it. It's 6 of them, I believe, and then they just brought that group chat to life. Like, so everything they talk about in there, they're like, hey, let's put on a pod, let's record it, let's talk about it. Different perspectives, and it's all right there. So it's called Top 5. The link's going to be in the bio. They just dropped their first episode. They hit topics like sports, society, music, and just a wide range. It's a really good podcast, really good listen. Links in the bio, so check it out. Top 5. East Coast boys.
East Coast boys. What's up? I look forward to hearing that. Patience. Go with the flow. If you're religious or if you believe in anything spiritual, just know that you're not going to get anything that you can't really handle. You'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So keep your head up. Don't get down on yourself. Never get down on yourself. Always stand up for yourself and always keep pushing forward. And then find those people that are going to be on your team. Like, not everybody is your friend. Not everybody's going to be there for you at the end of it. And it, like, when you need it the most.
And nor should they.
Yeah. And what are you willing to do for that person? So, like, build your friendships, build your alliances, be patient. Patience. Everett synopsis. All good things come with time. Time is irrelevant.
And trust.
It can't be quantified. So just if you're working towards something and if it's not happening, then change it up. That's that trial and error. And then sometimes you got to know when to give up. That's a tough one too.
Right.
That's a real tough one. You should get into that because I hate leaving stuff. I hate trying because you don't want to give up hope, right? You want to keep that hope alive. You want to keep.
But it might necessarily be that one thing. You know, it's about adapting to it, switching it up, understanding what that is and what's coming next from it. You know?
Yeah.
It's a wild thing. It's all about trust. Patience, taking that time, but trusting that what you're working for, it will come. You know, you manifest that.
Reflection and growth. Patience equals reflection and growth.
Like P equals R&E. R times E. Square.
Just take that time. Take that time. Think about yourself and where you are. And if you like where you are, keep doing what you're doing. If you don't, then change some things up. Experiment.
You got any plugs? Plug.
Not right now, no.
No plugs. All right. That was quick. Deflect. So yeah, top 5 in the bio. I dropped my program. Please reach out if you're interested. It's 8 weeks, all body weight, $20. It includes the 8-week program itself, as well as my cheat sheet to nutrition guide. Nothing crazy, just like a list of like just common, nutrition tips and tidbits. But aside from that, patience, be patient. Trust that what you're setting out for and who you are, it's all there and it will be there. Take that time, reflect and grow. Patience equals reflection and growth.
Amen.
All right, that's it. Welcome back to the Be Real. Life's only one take, so be real because there's no be real.
Take it easy.
Later.